As of right now, the polls are open in Bridgeport's redo of its mayoral election. We'll tell you what you need to know if you're casting a vote today.
Hundreds of people voiced their support and opposition to a proposed ceasefire resolution here in Hartford. So how did the city council vote?
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus America Areas.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Good morning to you. Let's get started. Meteorologist Matt Scott has the forecast here in the middle of a warm stretch.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's warm, and it's going to stay warm, and that's going to lead to some other minor issues, including a fairly potent storm that's on the way that's not going to bring us a lot in the way of snow, but big rain, big wind could be coming in the next 24 hours. In the meantime, a little fog out there. Where it's foggy, temperatures are of a little bit of a concern. And getting close to that freezing mark, and moisture is moisture, so there may be a few slippery spots out there, but all in all, the spring warm-up is continuing. You have zero visibility in the Connecticut River Valley, and that goes all the way up into Willimantic. The usual suspects, Groton at a quarter mile. But here's the deal, temperatures near freezing, so it does bear watching. Give yourself some extra time. Don't think that fog is just a problem in front of you. It may be below you as well. Satellite radar, other than that, higher up is fine. We have an incoming system that will bring us a decent amount of rain after midnight tonight. Here are your numbers, and this is what I'm talking about. 31 in Norwich, 32, close enough in Chester, 28 in Willimantic. Don't like that at all. Rest of the state, okay. Temperatures fairly mild and staying mild as we go through the afternoon into the early evening. Look at the numbers, 55 degrees and partly cloudy skies. Talk about a decent rainmaker on the way. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. Not the decent rain, that comes tomorrow morning, but we'll time it out for you nonetheless. Right now, there's no rain either. It's Rachel Piscatelli. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Matt. It is 6:02 right now. Not following any incidents out on the roads. Of course, be mindful of the fog that's out there, especially along 95 this morning, where that dense fog advisory is still located, and up towards 395 too, where we have some fog there as well. Any road work really has wrapped up for the morning commute. We'll take a live look outside over New Haven this morning on I-91, heading towards that I-95 interchange. Foggy conditions are there. The drive times don't look too bad, though. Cromwell to New Haven is 22 minutes on southbound 91. Over in Waterbury, 84 east and westbound running smoothly this morning. Any road work has wrapped up. We don't have those cones out there blocking that left lane anymore. So exit 25 to 18, both directions. You are looking at a 5-minute drive. Tim and Erica, back to you.
All right, Rachel, thanks so much. Now to some breaking news we've been following all morning. Firefighters battling flames at a building on Park Terrace here in Hartford.
Yeah, Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro has been there at the scene for a couple of hours. He's got an update for us now. Angelo, what can you tell us about the fire?
Tim, Erica, good morning. Still waiting on that update. We were just told that the fire chief is expected to come over, give us an update about what exactly happened here. Don't have much information at this point in terms of what this building is, if anybody lived here, any injuries, but the scene's still very active at this hour. Take a look. This is the building that we're talking about. Looks 3 stories tall. You can see the ladder there, still up. Crews walking around the scene here. Again, don't know what this building is. Looks like an apartment building. Don't know if anybody was inside. Any injuries? To put this into perspective, the location, this is right across the street from Polk Park. We have other buildings around here as well. Again, waiting for the chief to come over and speak with us. As we get that update, we'll pass that along to you at home. You're live in Hartford. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, thanks, Angela. Certainly we'll check back throughout the morning.
Absolutely. Well, for the 4th time in just a 5-month span, Bridgeport voters are heading to the polls to vote in the race for mayor. Those polls opened moments ago in the redo of the general election. Now, incumbent Mayor Joe Ganim is the Democratic choice. His Democratic primary rival, John Gomes, is running as an independent. And don't forget, Republican David Hers is also on the ballot today. As you may know, Ganim won the original Democratic primary and the original general election last fall. But a judge ordered a redo of both after evidence of ballot fraud in the primary surfaced. Ganim then won the redo of the primary again last month. So the polls will stay open until 8 p.m. Absentee ballots are also due at that time. Otherwise, they will not count.
Fox 61 has been following the story since the beginning. We're going to have live reports for you from Bridgeport later this morning, and we're going to be at both campaigns as the votes come in tonight. President Biden says he is hopeful a weeks-long ceasefire in Gaza could take effect next week. The president made those comments during a talk show taping in New York City.
My national security advisor tells me that we're close. We're close. It's not done yet. And my hope is by next Monday, we'll have a ceasefire.
Negotiators face an unofficial deadline of March 10th, which is the start of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. It appears the framework of the deal would include a hostage exchange between Israel and Hamas and allow for aid trucks to enter Gaza to help civilians in need. Well, meantime, ceasefire talks continue in Connecticut in the form of symbolic resolutions.
Yeah, the Hartford City Council took up that issue last night, and as you can imagine, people had a lot to say about it. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is here now with that story. Brooke.
Well, around 100 people showed up to rally before the meeting, both for and against that resolution last night. They also attended the meeting itself so they could share their opinions during that public comment time period. Now, ultimately, the resolution didn't pass after too many counselors simply abstained from voting. Hartford is one of 5 Connecticut communities where resolutions have surfaced. We've seen similar items on agendas in Bridgeport, Hamden, and Windsor, all sparking hours worth of public comment, both for and against a ceasefire. Boards in Windsor and Bridgeport approved those resolutions. Hamden officials plan to vote on one last week, but they tabled that after hours of comments. New Haven has a resolution in the works, but hasn't moved it for a vote. Now, of course, these resolutions are symbolic as a way for communities to stand for what they believe in. They don't have any sort of legal standing. City Councilor Josh Mitchum says he proposed this because some Hartford residents have asked him for it.
I mean, I have my personal feelings about it, but my thought was that I didn't know that it really needed to be a city council issue. But then a bunch of constituents reached out to me and said we should, by then I think Bridgeport and Windsor had both passed theirs, and they said we too should do this. And I met with a whole bunch of constituents, and we came up with a resolution and we put it forward.
And during that meeting, police escorted a group of people out of City Hall after they began chanting before the vote, but nobody was arrested. They were just simply asked to leave. The council members were able to carry on with that vote, which again did not pass after 6 out of the 9 councilors refrained from participating in that vote at all. Tim and Erica, back to you.
All right, Brooke, thank you for that report. Well, closing arguments are set for today in the Michelletronus trial. Yesterday, the judge and prosecutors and the defense all went back and forth in what's called a charge conference as they decided what instructions the jurors will get for their deliberation. The judge said it was the first time a hearing of this kind was streamed live in Connecticut. Both sides went over each charge that Michelletronus faces, the most serious of which is conspiracy to commit murder. The judge, though, will have the final decision on what those jury instructions will be. As for the closing arguments, you can watch them this morning starting right around 10 o'clock. It will be streaming live on Fox 61 Plus.
Today, a Norwich police officer accused of stealing money from the Police Benevolent Association is expected to appear in court for the first time. Ryan O'Connell is charged with larceny after an investigation into missing money started 2 years ago. O'Connell was the former president of the association and is a 16-year veteran of the department. He's on paid administrative leave right now while an internal investigation happens. A former baseball coach is accused of sexually assaulting 2 of his former players 14 years ago. Wallingford police arrested 58-year-old Frank Melillo of Bethany. They say last April they received a complaint and uncovered evidence of years of alleged abuse against 2 juvenile boys. Melillo faces 2 counts of second-degree sexual assault and 3 counts of risk of injury to a minor.
One man was taken to the hospital after he was hit by a vehicle in Bloomfield. This happened last night around 6:20 near the intersection of Cottage Grove Road and Tyler Street. The driver, according to police, told police that they had a green light and never saw the pedestrian. A witness also told officers that the driver had a green light.